Okay, my current job, as many of you know by some of my videos that I post, is a sushi chef. I've been doing sushi off and on, probably about 3 years, maybe even closer to 4, right around there, 3 or 4 years. I spent the first year as a sushi prep, which really sucks. It's making all the rice, preparing all the preparation, shit like that. Um, and then I eventually graduated, if you want to call it that, promoted, whatever, to a regular chef. My skills as a sushi chef I would consider to be about average when compared to like all the sushi chefs out there. I consider myself to be about average. I'm nothing special. You know, there's a lot I have to learn still. And the place that I work at currently is a very upscale sushi place in one of the most expensive areas in San Diego. So the people that I work with are very highly trained chefs, and they've been doing it. I think I am by far the most least experienced there. So that's kind of hard on the self-esteem because everybody I work with is faster than me, is better than me. So there's constant pressure on me to step up my game, and I'm trying. But, I got a couple things going against me as a sushi chef. Well, I got several. One, the main thing is because I'm left-handed. And as funny as it sounds, being left-handed, it's very hard for right-handed people to train left-handed chefs because everything is mirrored. And when you cut fish, I cut it from a left-handed perspective. They're cutting it from a right-handed perspective. It's just difficult. It's just hard. It's hard for right-handed people to train left-handed chefs. So that's kind of going against me. And also, usually there's a decent amount of Japanese people that you work with, and I don't have a problem with Japanese people per se, but a lot of Japanese people have a problem with me off the get-go before I even open my mouth because I'm left-handed. And traditional Japanese culture, people who are left-handed are considered somewhere between being a degenerate to being retarded or being evil. Okay, probably a little bit of all three of those. So right off the bat, there's a little bit of tension between me and other Japanese chefs. And I'm constantly getting criticized for my work because the way I plate the sushi, which if you guys are sushi fans, a lot of it is presentation. It's mirrored. And I know it sounds stupid, and I still think it's stupid, but they consider it a big fucking deal. So I'm a lot slower because I'm kind of forced to present my sushi as a right-handed person would, and that's very unnatural for me. It's like trying to write your name. If you're right-handed, try to write your name left-handed. That's how I feel at work, and I've been able to kind of, adapt to that to some degree, but still difficult. Another thing going against me as a sushi chef is I'm white. Okay, depending on where you work. In San Diego, it's not as bad, but there are a lot of restaurants that just want to hire white chefs because they want that authenticity look. If I go to apply at a sushi bar, before I even bother to fill out the application, first thing I do is I walk around and I look at all the employees. I'm looking for white people, and I'm looking for Mexican people. Okay, because those are pretty much the only people in sushi. White, Mexican, and Asian of some sort. So if I don't see any white people and Mexican people, it means that they're a traditional or want to be presented as a traditional Japanese restaurant, sushi restaurant. I'm not even going to waste my fucking time. I could be better than anybody there, although it's unlikely I would be. I could be, and they won't hire me because I'm way too white. Doesn't matter if you put me in a Japanese sushi outfit, which some places do, and I got to wear like this headband. Like, you know what Karate Kid wears? That headband that was white with the black polka dots? There's a lot of sushi places that make you wear that stupid shit. And, yeah, I don't look any more Japanese. So, I just look like Karate Kid. I look stupid. As far as a job goes, it's not really that bad. Like, it's one of those jobs for me that I can tolerate. I don't want to go. I don't mind doing what I do. But, I'm not real passionate about it, like I want to learn more, I want to become better at it, but that's not because I have my heart's really into it. It's because, well, the better I get, the more money I'm going to make, and the more established I'm going to get. The sushi circles are very small. Like, you know, you build reputations, and your reputations can be made or broken, you know, based on your skill, your performance, your work history, your attitude, all that stupid shit. Just regular politics of any job. But it's not like being like in retail where, like, you know, oh, if you live, say, in pick a city, you know, any major city, you live in Houston. Oh, you didn't like your job as a cashier at Walmart. Well, you know, and people thought, other cashiers and other employees at Walmart thought you sucked. That would not make or break you, because there are so many fucking people in retail. But when it comes to being a sushi chef, there's not a lot of sushi chefs. So if I fuck up enough times at a couple different sushi restaurants, and especially because I'm white and I'm left-handed, which makes me even a smaller percentage, like, basically you can be driven out of town. Like, I could never get a job as a sushi chef, because that's the first thing I want to know. Where have you worked? Who do you know? Who trained you? And it's like, you know, and and chances are, if you say, oh, I was trained by Johnny Giron, well, I was trained by Jeff Douglas or Tim Thompson. Yeah, well, okay, odds are, because this is going to be head chefs, people are going to know who those people are. And if you get on their shit list, you pretty much remain on their shit list until they decide to take you off it, which is usually never. One second. Put out the cigarettes. If you wonder why I'm drinking straight out of the bottle, my brother has to work in the morning. He sleeps in the living room, and it'd be kind of a dick move for me to go up there and wash a fucking cup. So wake his ass up. So, all right. A couple things I do like about the job is, well, I do like to prepare food. I do like to cook. And although there's not a lot of cooking involved in sushi, because it's mostly preparation of raw fish, but it's not exclusively. I do a lot of cooking. I do like that, because I do enjoy doing that, although a lot of people look upon that as kind of a menial job, you know, it's kind of a bottom level job. Some are. I worked as a line cook at Denny's. That was fucking bullshit. But I did it because I needed the money at the time. I like the fact that sushi chefs are regarded in high esteem, not necessarily by other chefs, but by the people that you work with. Like, if you're a sushi chef at a restaurant, like, you're like next to like the owners or the immediate managers, you're pretty much God. Like, they treat you like, you know, you're the man. And honestly, we kind of are, in a sense. I mean, to a certain degree, but there's like this aura of like, oh, sushi chef, you know, when in actuality we're nothing more than just regular chefs that just specialize in that type of cooking, or preparation of food is probably more accurate. So that's kind of cool. Like, if a server comes up to me, like, basically, I'm sure some of you watching this are line cooks or cooks or chefs, and I'm sure some of you watching this are servers, busboys. I'm not even gonna make that specific. I'm sure a lot of you watching this are in the restaurant industry. Okay, if you are, then you know that a lot of those cooks get no respect, those chefs, and it's fucked, because I've worked as a server, I've worked as a busboy, I've worked as a manager. I've pretty much been all the way in the front room and the back room of restaurants. And sorry, didn't go down right. I'm starting to get the hiccups. And the chefs work pretty much the hardest of anybody in that restaurant, and they get the least amount of respect. If shit gets busy, there's a server staring at you through the window, you know, expediting window. Hey, where's my food for 2 or 3? Hey, how much longer for this? You know, that puts a lot of stress on you, because you have the servers doing it, you got the management doing it. But as a sushi chef, when servers come to me when we're busy, and they stand in front of me and they say, hey, how's table 204 coming? What I do is I stop what I'm doing. I'm obviously busy. If food's backed up, that means I'm working as fast as I can. But, so what I do is, and only because I can get away with this, you couldn't get away with this as just a regular line cook, or even as a chef at some restaurants, depending on what kind of restaurant it is. I immediately stop what I'm doing, and I drop my knife on the cutting board. I walk around the sushi bar, and I stand about, this close to the guy, like nothing like aggressive, but, so only he can hear me. And I say, dude, I'm working as fast as I can. And the more you stand back here and stare at me is not going to make your food come out any faster. In fact, it's going to make it slower. Because as you see, I had to come around the sushi bar to talk to you because it'd be inappropriate for us to talk about this when the sushi bar is full of customers. Okay, so now your food is going to be that much later. If you want to help, get out of my face, because the longer you stare at me, that's not going to make me work any faster. In fact, it's going to make me work slower. You couldn't get away with that at a lot of restaurants. I do it all the fucking time. And the servers know, like, they figured out ways to ask me, like, hey, is there anything we can do? 204 is getting a little antsy. They spin it a different way, and I don't let them push me around. And as a sushi chef, you can get away with that. I don't know why, but that's just how it is. What I don't like, let me go into what I don't like about being a sushi chef. Oh wait, why this is on top of my head? Although I've said like I'm an average sushi chef, I'm just average. I'm nothing special, but I'm not horrible. That is absolutely true. I'm just average, okay? But what I'm really good at, which allows me to stay employed at jobs with people that are much more skilled than I am, is I'm fucking personable. Like, I can sit here and talk to you. If you sit in front of me at the sushi bar, I can talk to you. A lot of chefs are Japanese. Try talking to those motherfuckers, man. It's like, oh, fuck, what happened today? It was Japanese guy. There's a communication difference, and there's a social barrier. Japanese chefs are typically very hard to talk to, even to fucking understand. Like one guy was like, oh, you know what the vinegar? I was like, what? Oh, you know what the vinegar? One more time. We call him Tokyo Tom. His name's, well, his American English name is Tom, but we call him Tokyo Tom because he's like from Tokyo. But what no? Why? In the vinegar? It's like, wait a minute. Okay, you said something about vinegar? Yeah. No vinegar what? Wait, no vinegar and what? Rice! Oh, rice. I didn't put any vinegar in the rice? Actually, I did, Tom. You think I need some more? Yeah, when you're across a sushi bar and it's loud, there's music playing and shit, you can't hear. People just go, uh-huh, uh-huh. And it makes him feel uncomfortable. It makes them feel uncomfortable because they can't. But you can talk to me because I actually speak English. Not that great, but enough that we could talk. And I'm sociable. Like, I hook people up. Like, if there's something that we have that's new or that's like super fresh, I'm just like, I give them like free samples. And people fucking love that. They love that. And that's just not common. I'm not a traditional chef, but that's kind of a perk. But before I started choking my chain, where was I? Oh yeah, the things I dislike about being a sushi chef. Okay, I show up at 3 o'clock and I work 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I work till about 11 or midnight. Okay. When I show up at 3, I spend the first 2 hours, and there's several of us that do this. First 2 hours just prepping, getting everything together, and sitting at the sushi bar. It's a long process. So, and then I do sushi, but then I spend another couple hours tearing it all down, cleaning it, putting everything away. About half of my job is actually not serving sushi. It's actually setting everything up, and it's tearing everything down and cleaning everything and putting everything away. It's a long job, and because sushi, we don't have a lot of helpers. So, like, if you're a sushi chef, there typically isn't some dude that gets paid to like pick up after your ass. So like basically everything we do, we prepare, we serve, and we break down and clean. That's a lot of fucking work. Like, that part kind of sucks. Like, especially cleaning the sushi bar. It's uh-oh. Okay. My computer turned off for a second. It's a lot of work. I mean, you know, and for what I get paid okay. I'm on the lower pay scale hourly because I'm relatively inexperienced for where I'm working. But you know, hourly I've made as a sushi chef anywhere from 10 to 12 bucks an hour. Not a lot of money. Money comes in the tips, and the tips can range. Tonight, we had one of the slowest I've ever worked. I made like $28 in tips. So I'm not rolling in the dough, but I've had other nights where I've made $80 in tips. Now you're talking making $20 an hour. So that's pretty good, you know, for this type of business, you know. But yeah, you know, it's all right. It's something that I'm just going to do temporarily until, you know, until I'm just completely burned out on it or something better comes along. But yeah, so that's my view on being a sushi chef. It is kind of cool to learn new things, and I have improved, not improved, but I've learned a lot of cool things. You know, a lot of good chef skills that can be applied to any chef. I don't want to be in the food industry forever unless I own my own place. Like I have it once. I did own my own pizza restaurant, and that was awesome. You know, I do better as a manager at the front of the house than I do like as a, you know, chef or server. Although I can do pretty much everything, which does make me pretty good at management because I totally understand what it's like to be a server and a busboy and a chef and a line cook and a dishwasher. That job sucks. But yeah, that's my job as a sushi chef. More to come. I've got about 20 other videos about jobs. So.